We are also still in our daily devotional. We're in Fully Awake 365, and if you have your copy this evening, go ahead and grab it, and let's go through our day of devotion, which is our custom this year. 2023 is the year that we are putting on the Christ mind. Every one of these daily devotionals, all 366 actually, there's one extra for leap year, are designed to bring your mind into a higher resonance, into a different frequency, to get you up out of any of that negative, unhealthy religious mindset of unworthiness or separation from God, from neighbor, or from self. And so join in with us tonight as we jump into our devotion. We are in the month of February. Today is February 8th. February is a month for redefining our spiritual practice. We've talked about redefining prayer, redefining how we worship, redefining our connection to God, how we find joy. It's things that we've considered secular that might be just as sacred as anything else that we do in church or religious circles. And so it's going to be an amazing month of redefining our spiritual practice. Today's devotion is called Communication with God is a Two-Way Street. Anybody remember? Was it Denise Williams? Love on a two-way street, on a lonely highway. Anybody old enough to remember that song? If I'm wrong, you can correct me. I think it was Denise Williams. I could be wrong. All right, let's jump into our prayer of surrender. If you don't know it by heart, you can turn to about page 3, and we will read it together. Here we go. Spirit of truth, carry me where you will. Bring to me what you will. Take from me what you will. Awaken in me what you will. The Christ man is around me. The Christ mind is in me. The Christ power flows through me. The Christ mystery exists as me. I believe it. I perceive it. Now I receive it. I am surrendered. Our affirmation for this day is, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord. You guys can finish it. My strength, my Redeemer. All right, again, communication with God is a two-way street. What does that really mean? Might be a little shocking what it means. Here we go. We are a culture obsessed with speaking, but communication is a two-way street. Speaking is only half of the equation. The other half, and the only way to communication is complete, is through both speaking and listening. We're also an incredibly distracted culture. We highly value the ability to multitask. Any ever tried to talk to somebody and they're doing 3 or 4 things at the same time? They're like, I am listening, I'm just on my phone. I've been guilty of that a time or two, but often to our own detriment, because as a result, our minds are usually far too noisy to really listen well. Interesting. Yeah, there are times, if we want to keep it real, times when we can multitask, but there are times when we need to just be still, get quiet, listen, be silent, not have distractions, let all the noise find its way out of our minds or ears so that we can truly be present with someone who needs our full focused attention. Have you ever noticed the words silent and listen are made up of the exact same letters? Isn't that interesting? Just arranged in a different order. You can't really listen to someone until you become completely silent. There's a distinction. I love this right here. There's a distinction between being quiet and being silent. You can whisper quietly. You can physically not be talking, but still have words running constantly through your mind. So you can be quietly whispering. You can also be somewhat listening, but also having all kinds of responses, reactions, presuppositions, conditionings going on in your mind while you're listening. That's really not silence. Silence is when both your mouth and your mind are still. Wow, listen to that. There's also a distinction between prayer and meditation. Listen to this contrast right here between prayer and meditation. It helps me to think of prayer as talking to God and meditation as listening to God. Isn't that wonderful? So even our quiet, silent times are two-way streets. We are talking to God, whether it's verbally or in our mind, the mindless chatter at times that we worry about, ask for, beseech God for. Yeah, but we're also cognizant of our need to listen as well as talking, whether verbally or talking in our minds. We say, God give me, God help me, God bless me, and then we get up and walk away. We must learn to listen as well as to speak when communicating with God. Whoo, isn't that good right there? That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Come on, let's read our prayer together at the end. God of stillness, help me listen as much as I speak, especially when communicating with you. Amen. And so it is. I might have given it away, but who do you think wrote today's devotion? Do you think it was me? No, it was LaDonna. She's smarter than me. It was an amazing day. Thank you, LaDonna, for sharing this teaching, this day of devotion with us. It was a beautiful day. We look forward to connecting with you again Friday morning at 7 a.m. For our fantastic, fabulous, freaky Friday. We always start off a fun Friday. We always start off with a little bit of joy. And looking forward to seeing everybody back for our Fully Awake 365 devotion Friday morning at